So hello everyone, if anyone's out there. It's Thursday the 2nd, is it, of November? I think it's the 2nd. Yep. And I'm going to show you the winter owls. Rhonda and I did a class with Alyssa and Pam on the weekend, a virtual class, and as some of the other girls have said, my friend Cheryl said as well, that yes, I'm back again. Who's that? Miss Rhonda. Yeah, I hit the finish button by mistake. Silly me, trying to find the right buttons to hit. Yeah, and a lot of us said that we would never have bought this set if we had not have done the class. So my aim is to show you just how wonderful a set this is, and it goes really well with the Oh Holy Night paper. So this is the card I was showing you that this is the one we're allowed to show you. So it's a little kind of, I don't know, kind of a concertina. It's just gorgeous. And you can see how well it goes with those papers. That's just the sandy sort of paper. That's it against the stars. So, it wasn't really that difficult. So this is the set. Comes with a set of dies as well, and I'm pairing it with the Fragrant Forest, another one of my favourite sets. And the reason I'm a bit late getting on today is because I wasn't very happy with what I had worked out, so I've done a bit of fiddling. So I'm going to use Fragrant Forest, that on my block. Got that on my block. I'm going to ink it up with Night of Navy, if I can find it. There we go. I debated whether I wanted different colours of trees, but I decided to just go with navy, Night of Navy. Just trying to make sure I haven't got any marks there. No, it's not going to close that, and it's good to start with a bigger sheet of paper than what you need, which I didn't do for my practice one. And then because I've got two of these blocks, what I do is I just put the other block on top, give it a good hard press. You've seen me do this before. I don't mount my background stamps because I never get them. I've got black on, maybe on my finger that I'm probably going to get rid of that. I never seem to get them to be able to stamp, and I think it's because it's just one large sticker. I didn't even get ink on that. Aren't I clever? Is why I not that clever, and I just knocked a dauber into the bin. Oh, it can stay there till I'm finished. Won't be a big loss if I forget. Just getting I'm going to be very inky today, so I'm hoping I don't get ink all over my project. Let's see, so that's beautiful as it is. I'm going to get my old chamois. Is much better than a lot of people use. Hang on, we're going to stamp that off. A piece of scrap so I don't mess up my piece I've got there. And then I will go with my chamois. Just my old one. Doesn't matter what sort of chamois you use. Ours are better for cleaning the stamps, but because this is going to be really inky, I'm just going to do it with this one. I don't think I'm going to need to use this again this afternoon. just save me from trying not and put that back in there because it's very inky. And baby wipes drying out, so it must be warm in here tonight, this afternoon. Just keep doing my hands. I should have some, that's what I should grab, just a sec. Oh, no, I haven't brought my trolley back in yet, so I can't quickly grab a bit of hand sanitizer because that was a tip from Leslie when we met her to have lunch. She's another team member, Pam's team. We met her to have lunch over in Kundruk one day, and she told us that hand sanitizer does, I mean, it doesn't get it all off instantly, but I find that if you give it a couple of goes with the hand sanitizer and then wash your hands with soapy water, as long as your hands aren't too bad, it does get most of it off. So I should keep a bottle beside my desk, shouldn't I? Just for these moments. So I'm sponging and I'm yapping and not telling you what I'm doing. So when you're sponging with your sponging blending brushes, you start off your page so you don't get, if I'd started with, let's show you, if I'd started with that, I would have got that on my page. So I didn't want that on my page. So I've tapped off and then I've blended. Actually thought of something else I want to do before so I might do that next after I cut this down. I've got a bit of a dark bit there, so we can blend that in. I think I might have forgot to tap off, never mind. Add a bit more up there. I can see I haven't been there because there's nothing on the edge. And I can see I haven't been here. I probably don't need to do that because I'm going to have some DSP over that. That didn't quite stamp, never mind. I might just, because I've already cut the other piece down, I might just use that one because I have got a patch there. Something's obviously happened with my block that I haven't, maybe I've had a piece of paper or something on there I haven't noticed. Yeah, there's some ink that hasn't come off there. So because I've already cut the other piece down that I was practicing with, we might go to that one. So it's already cut down. You can see why I said to cut it down because, you know, you've got an edge there so you can cut whatever you want there. Now what I was wanting to do that I didn't do yet on this one was to spritz it a bit just with some Wink of Stella just to make it pretty. Now, where is it? Here we go. Now where's my, here we go. And just to show you, I was mucking around with some sponging and stuff, and this might be a card later on, I don't know. It's got, one of the dies has got just the cutout die, so if you didn't want to stamp, and it's got these extra wings. Well, because I was using pink, I grabbed the Melon Mambo foil and I did the wings in pink, which would have looked nice, but as I'll explain later, I decided against going ahead with that card. That I might do that later on for a card, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted the dark up the top or the bottom, but that's just to show you what else you can, that comes with the dies. So when you do spritzing with this, actually I should have just a block here, so that if you squeeze out too much, then you can pick it up with your brush again. You won't be able to see this probably. But, oh no, it's there. Trying to get the parts that will be visible, because I'm going to put some DSP over this bit. I'll show you my process. This doesn't take that long to dry, so... Oh, it looks really... Can you see that? It's really shimmery. Really shimmery. I'll show you my thought process once I'm going to get rid of that. Now I'll get rid of that. Now, so I've already cut out my owls. Actually, I've got one stamped. I've stamped that in Memento. I haven't put the colour on them, so I don't know that you really need me to stamp that for you. Be good if I could find my stamp, actually. Where is it? Oh, it's underneath my ink. I've got so many dies out here. So I've inked that up in Memento and I've stamped that. And what I was going to show you was I struggled on Saturday with the dies. I thought this one didn't line up. It does, but after cutting a million of them out, not a million, but you know what I mean, I worked out, hopefully you can see that as long as you get this bit here, this is the piece that you need to make sure you've got lined up, because it's tricky, because you've got 2 feet, or what are they called, legs? What do owls have? Feet? You've got 2 of them together, so if you get that to the outside of there, I was thinking that, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was probably lining it, and that's why that edge didn't line up. I'm probably silly because I didn't know that, but yeah, so concentrate on that area there and you won't have any problems, okay? So that's how I stamped and cut my owl out. Now, initially I was looking in the catalogue for inspiration on page, what have I done with my catalogue? On page 73, there's some twigs and some owls flying around. I didn't want to do mine in, I think that's boho blue. I wanted to do it in, I wanted to use my fragrant forest trees. So I had a bit of a play. I was going to put I've cut out several of these. I had these here. Got my little moon, but I'm not going to bring that in just yet. I had that's not exactly how I wanted it, but I'm not going to fluff around with that just now. And it was, I'm not going to have my owl coming in there. And then I was like, but it's too dark. So I grabbed a piece of the paper I just showed you, and I thought if I put that there, and then I put all my twigs and my owls, just roughly going to throw them on there. And I was much happier with that. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? Not sure how much I want to cut off that. Probably less is more. I'm thinking I might just adhere that and then cut that with my scissors. So I could have used that side too, but it's too dark. It's just gorgeous, this paper. It really is. And I don't want that popped up. So I've got lots of elements to go on here, and I probably should not have put sticky on that edge, but never mind. We'll put it on our silicone mat. If you saw my tips the other day, this is another tip for the silicone mat. I'm not sure which way those stars are meant to go. I think it's that way. Is it? I think they're multi-directional, actually. Is that a word? Multi-directional? I'm just going to do that, and I'm just going to keep it simple. and just trim that there rather than try and work out which piece I wanted to get off that. That can go straight in my trash can because it'll be all sticky in my bin. Now the hardest part here, I think, is going to be working out where I want all these twigs. I was trying to copy off their piece and it wasn't really working well for me. So I might put the moon down first. So we've got a little moon. I'm just going to use this because if I want to shift it, where did that go? Did you see where that went? My perfectly stamped and cut little moon. Oh, it's on the end. Look at that. It's on the end of... I thought, oh no, I'm just going to have to cut that again, but I don't. That's hilarious. So I'm going to pop that about there, I think. I've got sticky on there. And when you've got sticky on there, you can just rub it up with your finger. I better work out where I want these first. Don't want to be here all day doing that. I had that going kind of there, I think. I kind of don't want to stick it right down. Oh, now my glue, it must be warm. Look at the glue coming out. It's running out to start with. Let me just, very dark. Let me just see whether my downlights are turned up properly. That's a bit better. Felt like I was in the dark. I think it has got a bit overcast. Now if I put the glue on these, say, and it dries a bit, they're like, had a blob on that. How would it get a blob in that short time? Who knows? I've got another one here. Which side are you? These dark colours, my eyes, hard to know. Glad I'm not doing this at night time. Hard enough now. Alright, let's see how good we are at getting this organised. Nothing I did with this was going to be the same as theirs, so I think I'm just going to go for it. I think I've got that one. Kind of going there. Kind of, sort of. This one comes across the moon. Don't stick to my finger. Then we have this one here. Well, you can go there, I reckon. Maybe something like that. You know, I haven't coloured my ours. You don't really have to. Now I've got sticky fingers. I do love the multi-purpose, but I do not love having sticky fingers. So did you know that you can use your embossing buddy to get the sticky off your fingers? Oh, and do excuse my wonderfully bruised hand. Those on my personal page would have seen where I bumped into the shelf while I was catching things falling off the shelf when I was making dinner the other night. So it's rather a nice bruise, don't you think? It's not painful anymore though, so thank goodness for ice. Now, what was I going to do? Colour my owls. So I think I want light Night of Navy, I think. Let's see if I do or not. Yep, I think that'll be good. So all I want to do is just go on these little pieces here, these little flecky bits, that's all I do, just do dotty things. Doesn't matter whether they're on top of the dots or not, just go for it. It really, if you didn't want to colour these in, or I'm not colouring them in, if you didn't want to do this, they're fine just to use as is. I just like to add a little bit of definition. And here, we'll just go like that. We might just put a bit of tip of blue on the ends of the wings. If you didn't have Night of Navy and you've got boho blue, or you know, Misty Moonlight, another blue would be fine. Most of the blues, like those colours, blend in with one another. I think we can probably go all the way along, but you wouldn't need to if you didn't want to. There is bottom ones. I'm just doing a dot, as you can see. That's if I want to do, maybe I'll do. Oops. Oopsie, I did an oopsie. That's what our colour lifter is for. I went across the lines. So you just start way back and then come back in. And then hopefully no one will notice that. And then we'll do our little fella. Isn't he cute, this little fella? He is just gorgeous. And speaking of the weather, I think I might need the fan on. My hand has gone black. I knew it would, but the ice worked a treat. It was wonderful. When the swelling had gone down by the time I went to bed. It was a bit sore. Had to be careful when I washed my hands not to dry too roughly, and of course you forget and you go to dry your hands like you normally do and it's like ouch. Now I don't know if I want to colour any of these. I'm not colouring, I'm just dotting. Oh, he's so cute. They are so cute. So then hopefully he will, well, I'm thinking it's a he, will nestle in there, but we might get our other bits ready first before we might get this put on the card front. I've already even embossed the greeting, so I think I'm going to put him on with dimensionals. Not sure whether we want to use some it looks a bit crooked, doesn't it? It's fine. Tell yourself it's fine. Okay. Dimensionals. Yeah, I'm just debating whether I want to put some silver twine, silver stuff behind the owl, behind the other one. I won't put it on both. That would look a bit silly. I didn't mess up my stamping with that one. You can see on the back of it, it just didn't, when you haven't used the stamp pad for a little bit, now I was going to put that on the card base before I did that, wasn't I? Where does he sit? He can sit, he wants to be sitting in the tree. I probably got that. Can I lift that? Don't muck it up now, because you can see the edge of that, that's all. Oh, I might be able to, let's put him where I want him, and I might be able to cover that up. Yeah, he can sit there. Now, do we want any silver underneath our owl or not? Let's see. Before I get that, I need to have some tear and tape ready. So that's how I get that to stick on. I'll just see what it looks like, because I haven't actually made this card. I just got so far and thought, goodness, I'm running out of time. Yeah, I think we want sparkly. Why not? Just let this stuff, it's got a mind of its own, just let it do its thing. But I think I want that curled around there. I want that back there. That's okay. It's rough enough. Get our dimensionals on. Now, dimensionals do not like ribbon or trim, so put them away from where you've got your trim or your ribbon. So I've got 4 on there. I think that's plenty. Probably should have put the card front on before I did this. Never mind. And if we can have him kind of, just get some tweezers so I can see where I want him. I kind of think I want him coming in like as though he's saying hello, like that. Oh, love it. And then where have they got their sentiment? I've got that there. I reckon, where do you reckon I want the sentiment? Down there? Down there or across there? They haven't got him across the owl. They've got their owl further up. It is a bit dark for where I want that. Maybe we could put a piece of white. Back it with some white. That might look okay. Let's see what it looks like. Don't have to commit to it. Stick it on there, and if I don't like it, I can chop it off. And I might just put it there so I don't have to cut that edge. Get off. see what this looks like. How about that? I think I like that. And by the way, I cut those with all my dies out. There we go. What are they called? There's something fancy one. There's a little one. You could freehand cut it, but I used that one so that I could get it straight. Hope we all agree that this looked good down there. I didn't want to put it up the top because it would cover the moon. I probably haven't placed mine exactly where they should be, but well, maybe there. Maybe there would be good. And that's not, yes it is. If I didn't have that on there, let's get that off. Because it's already raised. I could do that. And that just brings everything in to the centre together. Line it up as best you can. If I do on the inside, I didn't do anything on the inside, so you're going to see me stamp the owl on the inside. Just do that in navy, I think. You need to, when you've got a big stamp, you need to, probably can't see that, you need to bring your ink pad to your block. Okay, so we can just have him there, and I would do the same on the envelope. Did I have an envelope for you? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I plan on doing some more of these, so if I stamp an owl on the envelope, it's not going to matter. I don't believe I had one cut though. Had an envelope out, not cut. I don't cut envelopes. Let's use that same chamois to get the majority of the ink off there, and then I'll clean it on my scrub. Actually, I'll do that now because I'm going to go ahead and forget that when I do the next card. I do have another card for you, so don't go anywhere just yet. And then to finish that off, I'm throwing things everywhere here. I'm going to just not even going to put more ink on my brush. Just going to blend that in there so that it gives it a nice soft look. And I'll do the same on the envelope. Just by the way, we will be doing winter owls. Nobody signed up for, I was going to do a class this weekend, but nobody was available, so it's a busy time of year. So we will be doing winter owls. Probably not all the cards will be winter owls. We will be doing them next class, which I'm thinking will be the 18th of November, because we've got On Stage next weekend, which is virtual. So Rhonda and I will be getting together, and we're also getting together with Leslie, a team member that we met a few weeks ago. Now, need some, no, I don't want that thing. with some of these, and mine are a mess because I cut these up for the girls to give them some for a class. So I've got all sorts going everywhere here. You take your pick tool, pick these up. They might show better on the dark, I reckon. They're gorgeous, these ones. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Adhesive back glitter sequins. They're really pretty. And we might have a big one down the bottom as well. And that just finishes off that card. Throw that over there, throw that over there. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Gorgeous. Hope you liked it too. So we'll pop that over there and grab my next one. Gosh, have I been here for an hour? Thanks, Margaret. So I keep forgetting that I haven't used my, oh, what did I do? Oh, yeah, there we go. My, this paper, what's it called? It's one of it's on the online exclusives. I have used some of it a while ago. Oh, I don't even know what it's called now, but you'll find it in the online exclusives. It's got the silver and the white, and it's got the copper and the white, and it's got the gold and the vanilla. Okay, so I don't know why I had that there. So this is I have already done a card, but this one's going to be different. This is the copper with the black. I was going to do the silver, and then again, because the first card I did was with silver, but then when I put the black on the copper, I really loved that. And you could even use the black with the gold. Don't throw out your little pieces, your little scraps. These are just little scraps. I wanted to try and see what this technique looked like. And as you can see, I was able to do that with some scraps rather than waste a whole piece of paper if it didn't work. So now with this one, let's put my navy ink away. With this one you can just take your ink pad, as I found out after I'd already used my blending brush and added ink to it. This worked much faster and I got a much darker result. Now I need something to hold that with so I don't get more ink all over my fingers. Put out the road. Just about matches my hand, this ink, doesn't it? And this is the correct size, so that's just a bit quicker than using your brush. I don't know that that would work as well with just the, let me get this off, because then you've got to go with a piece of paper towel or some tissue or something and get that off. And I can see where I've missed a little bit on the edge there. Doesn't that look fabulous? Oh, I dropped the ink pad, but in this instance it doesn't matter. I could just see a piece that I missed there. And I've already coloured a piece for the inside. I didn't want to have to be going backwards and forwards getting ink on my fingers. just make sure you've got it all off. You don't want someone receiving your card and having ink come off on them, do you? Would be a good party trick, I guess. Especially, can you imagine if someone had white clothes on and you gave them a card that you didn't get all the ink off? Oh, they would not be happy, would they? And I'm still getting ink off there. Probably if you sponged it, you wouldn't get as much ink off, but I just wanted to try with the ink to paper technique. And I just thought, still getting ink off. That might do. I just thought, let's see, just to show you the difference. I don't think it will work with this, but this is the piece I started with before. Let's just see what it does. Because it doesn't matter if it doesn't work, I can get rid of this piece. Let me do the whole lot. My pad needs re-inking too. This is a good technique. These techniques are good if your pads are too inky. You can take them to Margaret. You got a new pad this week, didn't you, in your order? You could do the green and take it to your paper, and it would get rid of a lot of the excess ink that we have when we first get an ink pad. So let me just see, just to show you the difference, because this is the other paper is kind of got a shiny, yeah, see that doesn't, I can see streaky bits on there. That's not going to work as well. But I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to flip that over and do the trees on the other side, because I'm not done yet with our cards. I mean, I'm not going to do a stack more tonight. I'm just going to do these two. But I've got a few more ideas I want to do. So goodness, I'm very blue. I'm black and blue tonight. In there, putting my navy back. I must re-ink that though, following my live. I must remember to do that. Now, I did show you how I stamped this cute little owl. I'm going to use my copper clay, I believe, my light copper clay to colour, add some colour. I'm not going to colour it, I'm just going to add some colour to him or her. I wonder how we know which is which with owls. There probably is a way to know. Just the same as I did before. Just little dots with the bullet end of your Stampin' Blend. Push that into the view so you can see more what I'm doing. And just add some dots there. Just add a little bit to the tail feathers, or not the tail feathers, the wing feathers. And more dots here. I'd add a bit of copper clay here. Just all I'm doing is putting a little dab of colour just on the very tips of the wings. Just to give it a bit of dimension. I'll do the same with these feathers. Doesn't take long at all. You could probably use, do we have a, Cajun Craze might be a bit orange, not sure. You could probably get away with that. Probably goes all right with copper. Look how beautiful he is. Now I've got a circle, just which I'm going to stamp something on. Where's that happy birthday I used before? Will that fit? Got warm wishes there. Did I put that away? That was from, let me see, I might have put it away. Saved me looking all over my desk for it. I didn't tell you, did I? That this is where it came from. Go to greetings. So I'm just wondering, that's thinking of you. You could do thinking of you. It could be a nice sympathy card, really. Just wondering if that'll fit across there. So I want it fairly high up there. Yep, that's going to be all right. Now, do I want that in black? Yeah, I think I want it in black, in Memento. Because then I'm going to do some little stars. I'm going to do them in copper, I reckon. Okay, I'll go as high up as I can, and you'll see why when we go to assemble the card. What do I do with all my scrap? I don't like messing up my, whoops, stamp off on it, do I? My piece. Let's put that up there out the road, and we'll do some copper clay. I'll clean that in a sec. But these stars come out of this set as well. It's been well used. I'm just going to centre that a bit. And this is one where you don't want to be stamping off with it. You want to stamp the full thing. Doesn't like being stamped off. It looks a mess. If you don't know what stamping off is, it's stamp off and then on your project. Oftentimes when we use this technique we stamp on and then off, but with this one you don't want to do that. So those both need to be cleaned. Now what else did I do? This one's actually pretty simple, but we do have some decisions to make. Actually, I think I'm liking what I did with my other one. I'll use the 2 3/4 inch punch. Just going to try something. This is different to what I did the other card. I didn't know whether I needed the vellum, but I'm thinking, looking at this, I think I do. But I'm going to flip that over because I'm going to re-stamp that. Where's my scratchy bit? Onto the vellum, I think. So I think it needs to be muted. Let's put it there. Just as well I didn't clean that because I'm going to need to use it again. make sure I've got enough ink on there. That's good. Now we're going to do the same thing with the stars. Just a bit harder to see on this, on the vellum. Another one there. That'll do. I will explain now why I did that. Was because I felt that what I'd done earlier with putting that onto the vellum, I think that looks better than on the white. Okay. And then we've got more decisions to make. Oh goodness, decisions, girls. Because I've got my greeting there, all I really need to do is put that there. But we don't have any copper trim, but we do have choices. So I have pulled this. I did this previously because I get cross with this stuff. This is the In Colour Jute. So I've pulled a piece of that apart. I'm just leaving that there because that's going to dry. We can kind of get a bit of an idea. Now, where did she put her tear tape? Here. I just need a bit of that. Because I wasn't sure what I wanted to use. I wasn't sure what that would look like. Because when you haven't made this exact card, you don't know, do you? So, just thought I'll see what that looks like. Where do I want that? Oh yeah, now I've put the colour on there, it all goes. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I was going to use either gold or, what else did I have out? I had some of this. This is absolutely stunning, this ribbon. It's the copper and natural, so this is copper ribbon. It is just gorgeous. But seeing I've got that on there now, I'm just going to pop that across there. While I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit, I'm going to get that on my, oh, what's that there? Oh, that's a hair off that stuff. Stuck to my fingers. Dry up on my trees or whatever they are, trees or some sort of foliage. Hi Baz, how you going? Have you got your mum with you? Sorry to hear of your dad's passing. Now I could stick that vellum onto, actually it's not dry yet. Am I game enough? I didn't on my other one, which I'll show you in a sec. I didn't actually stick it on there. I'm just going to give that a bit of a birth. With the heat on. Ouchies, getting a bit close to my fingers. Hopefully that's dry. I didn't actually stick that to my other one. What I did was, thought I was a bit clever actually. But you could stick that to there with the adhesive sheets. Maybe I'll show you that. Maybe I will just put a piece on there. I should have put it on there before I punched it out. I don't know why I didn't do that. What am I doing now? I want that there, don't I? What am I doing? So I'm having that. I'm going to have that go like that. So I've got to position all this where I want it. But I could. So I have that straight. Just because I've done this differently to my other one, I've changed the direction is all I've done. I need to be able to put that where I can get it in there. So and that looks good. So that's, as you can see, that's not stuck down. But we're going to place our owl, avoiding our twine again. And we're going to place our owl over our vellum so that it's stuck. And I'm also going to put a gem across like I did my other one, which I'll show you soonish. And I've got my string going above my happy birthday. I got a, yes I do. Maybe I should have used black. You can't really see that now. Or we could probably use a glue dot. That's my other one, it stayed down. Let's just see if it will with a, what I was thinking with some of these, but I didn't try them out yet. They're not in there. What do I want? I wanted those sparkly ones. Are they in here? Yes. Thought we'd have a go with these, which are called Adhesive Back Sparkle Gems. I did say they were sparkly ones, didn't I? Let's see which ones we want. Do we want the copper? Yeah, what I did on the other one was I put a gem just on the edge here. And that's not going to be enough to hold that down, but never mind. I'll put something there. Just looking to see where I put my gems on that one. There. Oops. Decided to have a mind of his own, that one. Don't think I want that there. Where did you go? Oh, come on. You're not being very friendly. Maybe I'll put you over here so we've got a definite triangle, and I am going to have to pop a glue dot under that, and hopefully it won't show because I've put that on there. I can't put the adhesive sheets on there now, can I? That was silly. Grab a glue dot. I'll see if I can secure that under there. That will work. See if I can put one around the other side where you can't see it. Yeah, that's okay, can't see that, can you? I think we need some more of these. Probably where I've put them isn't good, because they were being obnoxious, not doing what I wanted them to do. If I put that on the black bit, you can see it. Do we need? Yeah, we need another glue dot under there. Where are they? Probably could have spaced those a bit better, but anyway, that's okay. Can't be faffing around all night, can I? Let's be for that. And the inside, I told you I did a piece of, did I lie? I did have a piece of that I've, oh, that's where it went, I think. That's where it is, there. Gosh. Which way up is it? Does it matter? That's tricky now. I've cut it. It must be that way up, I think. Yeah. Where's my wet glue? So when you're putting a narrow piece like that down, you can put your adhesive straight on there because you pretty much know where it's going. Where normally we don't put the glue on there first, do we, girls? I think that's right. That way. If it's not, well, the person that receives this might not know any different, might they? So you can do that, or you can stamp an owl in the inside if you want to. I'll show you my silver one. I've got this adhered down, and I think, oh no, I didn't do my envelope already, so I would do that the same. I will just do that. Do it in that. Oh, he's rather cute in that colour. I like it. I don't think it matters what colour you do this owl in. He looks good, whatever you do with him. And I plan to have a bit more of a play before I put my stamps away. Now, probably need to give that a bit of a sponge with some, maybe some crumb cake, I think. Don't want anything too dark. So if I've got a brown brush. That looks brown. I don't want to smudge it though. A bit wet. And when you're sponging, you don't want to see why I moved that, because if it was on the edge, I would have got a line. That just softens that a bit and makes it look nice. We want our cards to look nice. We want our envelopes to be decorated, don't we? There we go. So we had this one. It's the one I did earlier with the, in a different orientation even, with the same, did it the same way, but with the black and the silver. And then we had our cute little blue one. I actually really love that. I love all of them, but I really love that one. I guess I'm allowed to love my cards, aren't I? There we go. All done for another Thursday afternoon. Okay, thanks for joining me, everyone. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.